Hey, nieces and nephews, it's your favorite auntie, Monique Judge, and this is Auntie Unfiltered. Now, today on Auntie Unfiltered, I am so pleased and so honored to have as my guest one of the grand dame aunties, honey. She has spent over 30 years working. She's been on Broadway. She's been in Hollywood. She's been in some of everything, and we're going to get into some of that. Her name is Vanessa Bell Calloway. How are you today, sis?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar, let me just run down a few highlights from Ms. Bell Calloway's extensive resume. First of all, the way that I was initially introduced to her, she broke up Angie and Jessie, one of the first prominent Black couples featured on a soap opera, and she broke them right on up.
Yeah, somebody had to do it. Might as well be me.
For some of you who may know, she was one of our favorite characters in Coming to America, right? She was Princess Imani.
Bark like a dog.
Arf, 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 arf.
A big dog.
Woof, 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 woof.
Which is like one of my favorites. And then also you play Jackie in What's Love Got to Do with It in the famous Eat the Cake anime scene. She was the only one in that room to stand up to Ike. Leave it to a Black woman.
Trying to help my sister out.
And all of this to say that it's so important for us to have legacies like yours, right? Of Black creatives doing Black things, creating Black art, things that center us and our stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about that? What it's been like for you working in this field and being able to do that, because you've been in some very seminal roles.
Well, first of all, I think that we all would like to think that every job we have is going to be iconic, or it's going to be this, it's going to, that's really not it. You don't choose jobs like, oh, this could be iconic, I might get some recognition on this. At least I don't. I choose roles because I like the project, or I want to work with the people, or I just think it's something I need to be a part of, or it is a project that has, that's going to get a good payday. Those are usually three reasons I choose a project: because I want to work with the people, I like the character, or they offer me some money. And I think all three are important, because sometimes, you might not get the money, but the role is so good. And you're like, I would pay them to do this part. Or it's some people you've been dying to get it, as they say, to get in bed with. So it's like, I'm gonna do this project because I want to work with these people. So when I take the jobs that I've had, I mean, especially being, a young actress in the 80s and the early 90s, we didn't have a lot. We didn't have a whole lot of projects that were given to us like all these young girls now, because there's streaming devices. You got so many networks, you got cable, you got Netflix. And so all these projects, and these young people are getting a chance to come out of college and just start starring and stuff. We didn't have those opportunities, especially for Black women. There was hardly anything a Black girl could do, maybe one role here or there, and you was playing the friend of the white girls. But just like me being the star of Saints and Sinners, or like Viola Davis and Kerry Washington, you never heard of that. There was never a Black woman that starred, that was number one on the call sheet. So you do these things back then because you just happy to get a job, honey. You got a job. It's like, thank you, Jesus, I got this job. And then of course you try to do a good job, because if you do a good job, it may lead to something else, and you want to get a good reputation, and you don't want to get fired, and you just want to be good, because when it airs or goes to the movies, however it's gonna, be presented to the world, you want to be good in it. So I can't say that, oh yes, I picked all my projects knowing that it was going to be this. I had no clue. I just know that I was trying to work. I was trying to build the best career I could with very limited opportunities. And once I got into the realm and people started, appreciating my talent, but also my professionalism, and I started getting hired more, then I just worked hard so that I could keep staying in the game. Because staying in the game is the hard part.
It's different now, right, than it was then, because now we have a lot more. I guess Hollywood is kind of opening up a little bit more, right, to Black creatives and telling more Black stories. And we also have Black creators who specifically create for us, right?
Right.
So For instance, you're on Saints and Sinners, which is getting ready to begin its 5th season. You know, when I was younger, the shows we had at night like that were like Dynasty, Knots Landing, Falcon Crest, Dallas, that kind of stuff. And we'd get excited if we saw a Black character on one of those shows, right? And now we have entire shows that are these kind of soapy Black dramas that we can watch that are centered around us, and it's an all Black cast. So you got Saints and Sinners, and you got, you know, Empire, and those kind of shows like that where we can see ourselves, see our kind of stories, see material that we can relate to, right?
It's overdue, you know, because it's like you were talking about, you were excited to see a Black person. Trust me, that one Black person, there was 1,000 people that tried to get that one job. And that was just so unfair, you know, because you didn't get the job, not because you weren't good or pretty enough. Sometimes you get a job, you don't get a job because the producer is friends with the person they hire, or they owe somebody a favor. I never forget one time I did not get a job. Everybody wanted me. The producer, I'm not gonna tell you what show it was, the director, the producers for this show, but the network had screwed over another actress pilot season. They had hired her for a pilot, then fired her. So when this job came around, because it was a recurring arc on this particular show, that was a popular show for Black people, and everybody wanted me, but the network overrode them because they owed her a favor.
You have, again, been around so long, you've done so much, you've seen so much, and so now here's this role that you're playing. So for people who are unfamiliar, can you just give them a little background about what Saints and Sinners is about? It's
got a lot going on. Just when you think, what else can happen? Something else happens all in one episode. And people really like it. People have really responded to it. I mean, with our time slot, amongst you know, we're on Bounce, which is a small cable network, but we beat bigger cable shows during our time slot. And our fans they're always begging, when is it gonna start? So of course, last year, because of the pandemic, we were supposed to air this past summer. We were supposed to start back work in March, and we would have aired this summer. And we all know what happened. So we didn't go back to work till August.
Oh, wow.
And which I thought was really great. What they did is they did a movie that's gonna bridge season 4, where we left off, to season 5, which starts in April. My character is on the hot seat.
You in danger, girl. You in danger.
She is some deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
She's messy, but resourceful.
Oh, yeah.
So for all of y'all who want to understand all of this, Bounce is currently, the first 4 seasons of Saints and Sinners are available to stream on the Brown Sugar Network. So
and Hulu.
Oh, and then Coming to America too, right? The new Coming to America.
March 5th on Amazon, March 5th.
Vanessa Bell Calloway, I'm so happy you came to sit and chat with me today. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep making us smile. Keep up the good looks, sis, because you're doing
girl,
it.
I'm hanging in there, girl. I got a birthday next month, so you know I got to keep it moving.
Thank you so much, okay?
All right, my pleasure. Be safe. Thank you.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.